When I was an NBA ball boy was a guy who was always condescending. That guy, Richard Jefferson. Biggest jerk I met when I was an NBA ball boy was a guy who was always condescending. That guy, Richard Jefferson.
So normally I don't address things. I'll address like the little Twitter trolls here and there, but you keep reposting this, and so you want attention. But I don't think you really want this attention. So let's tell everybody the truth. What he is saying is true. I never interacted with him. But let's explain why. Is this you?
The biggest tip I saw was Richard Jefferson's dick tip, which touched his kneecap.
Literally admit to looking at our junks when we were in the locker room. I remember you. And I saw this video a while ago and I never talked about it. I just kind of let it go. And then I saw the original video where I was like, oh, that's the kid that used to stare at all of our junks. And you felt so comfortable staring at our junks that it's literally your second video you have posted on TikTok. Your second video is you talking about it. And this is another thing that I want people to really observe here. You're not just saying like, ooh, I saw Richard's junk. No, you're talking about in comparison to other men in the locker room. The biggest you saw. While it might be true, the point is, that is why I didn't interact with you. That is why I avoided you. So don't come on here because you were an NBA ball boy. And then everybody saw those pictures of you, so you have some validity. So then when you start talking trash about me or somebody else, there's validity to it. But that's why I didn't talk to you, because you were looking at our junks the whole time. And you felt so comfortable, you decided, I don't mind, I'll do TikToks and talk about comparing grown men's junks in the locker room. So, I just thought you wanted the attention. I'll give you the attention. That is why I never interact with you. Yes, my tattoo is really shitty. I know. I got it at 17.
Richard Jefferson should have never addressed it, that guy. That person seems to be sick and might have some mental problems. And that's why he was literally a ball boy. Look at him. He looks like somebody who was literally a ball boy. Just staring at balls all day. Trying to get better at his job. But Richard Jefferson is 100% correct about this. That's crass. And to put that kind of stuff out there on social media, all these hounds like TikTok and Facebook and Twitter, they're always on the African American page trying to take us down for every little thing that we say. But people like that gets to go around and say crass things like this and compare other people's junk to other people's junk and all that stuff, and that's acceptable. So where is the bar? Where is the bar actually? We have to toe the line, but people like this get to go around every day. And Richard Jefferson, I mean, would you have made this video if he said you were the smallest he ever seen in the locker room? You wanted to come here to boost your ego. Like, which may be true, like, come on, dude. You want to highlight the fact of what he said, while in the same time condemning him. And this guy's probably doing future Fruit of the Loom commercials by now, but this is exactly what we talk about when we talk about people with disorders. And it's hard for the NBA. It's not like they gauge people to find out. But is that really your job? Is to be in the locker rooms with the guys to stare at their junk? You're the reason why people are afraid of having gays in the military. You are really doing damage to that stereotype that was out there with people like, I don't want them in the military, when it's going on back in the 90s. They gotta tell us. We gotta know who's who, and I don't want them here. You are perpetuating that fear. You're the Michael Myers of the situation. You are the ones that is putting out this fear. The ball boy. Now, NBA players are going to be wondering if ball boys are trying to sneak pics at them or out there measuring them up, staring them down, or is he really out there to get the towels? You made it bad for the other ball boys that's out there just trying to do their job. One ball boy said he walks with his head down and his cap on because he's not trying to look at people's junk. So he's like, that have to really be your goal when you're in the locker room in order for that to even happen. So what was on your mind? You see, something like that could only happen with somebody like Richard Jefferson. Because him being condescending to you and not nice to you is probably because you were staring him up and down in a way that made him feel very uncomfortable. And he took the route, which was a good route to take. You know, just be condescending, have no contact with him whatsoever. Me, I would have probably been a little bit more volatile, and my NBA career would have been cut short in that situation. Because I would have embarrassed the ball boy right then and there on the spot. Like, dude, what the hell wrong with you? You Peter gazing? Then it would have went from that to completely stomping the guy out after I was dressed. One or two things would have happened. That guy would have no longer been a ball boy. And I would have no longer been an NBA basketball player. I would have been inmate 372-589. And if anybody asks me why I did it, they wouldn't need to ask. So, that's that. Now, check this out. Moving right along, you got to start thinking about what's the other bigger picture? What's the other issue that people are forgetting here? The National Basketball Association is supposed to hire these people. And vet these people in the best possible way. And I'm quite sure that this guy should have been reported by any of you guys. Now me, I knew a couple of guys who were ball boys. And most of them had the job because their father or uncle, somebody was a general manager. The ball boys were usually connected to somebody in the league. It very rarely went to people who weren't like considered friends of the team. That type of responsibility was given to those who were like of privilege. Your uncle had to play in the league. Somebody was league or whatever, general manager's son. So that guy was probably connected. Now, if you're weirdly going around staring at people's junk, that's because you're probably curious about his own very own sexuality. And the NBA is probably embarrassed about this. But the reason why I'm saying Richard Jefferson shouldn't have said anything publicly about it because it's going to blow up that guy's TikTok even more. And then now this is an issue that might get picked up by the NBA. You know, like they don't want that out there. They could have taken care of that privately, probably, and had the video taken down or flagged and do the things that they do with their due diligence. Now you got people searching for it because they're like, oh, wow, I want to hear this comparison list. Who's compared? I wonder if they compared Jordan and LeBron. So, you kind of highlighted him by doing it. But I understood why you did it. And I ain't mad at you no way, Richard. But I'm just saying, if the man said you was the smallest he ever seen, I doubt you would have made a video, Richard. Just saying. I doubt that. Now, they should go and check and inspect to see how many of these cases are out there. Because I'm quite sure there are many. There are many cases of this phenomenon of ball boys going after balls. It's a crazy world we live in, man. I'm just trying to get through the day. Now, if we look at the bigger picture, which we're always told to look at the bigger picture is, what is the league going to do about it? What are they going to do about it? Because that's the bigger picture. Because are they other ball boys like that? Did he mess it up for the other ball boy commissioners in there? Like, see, I told you don't stare directly at them. Now you've messed it up for the rest of us. If I'm in the league and I just saw this, every ball boy is suspect now. I'm just going to go home after the game stinking. I'm going to do my post-game interview in a whole, still wearing the team uniform. You got to take the uniform off. I'll send it to him tomorrow. Going home. Change at home. We got to hit the plane. I'm showering the hotel. I ain't showering around these two. At all. We got ball boy here. I mean, like, it was noticeably he was staring at people's junk. And he was like, that's the guy that was staring at people's junk. Richard Jefferson has probably seen a lot of ball boys in his life. To recognize the ball boy immediately, all of a looking at him and saying, that's the guy that was staring at all our junk. To immediately recognize him as that guy. And to see that guy's video, if there was ever the look of a guy that was staring at NBA players' junks, he definitely has the look of somebody that was staring at NBA players' junks. If you ever had a face to go with it, if you wanted to describe what that would look like I wonder what, like, who would that look like? It would look like that guy. It's like if that guy had a job where he was the CEO of a company or a job staring at people's junks, he would stare at people's junks for a living. They was like, well, we could put you up with a salary, or we can give you You have your own secretary, your desk. You got everything in here. You got the corner office. You got your own parking space. Again, you have a high 7-figure salary. Or you could just remain a ball boy staring at players' junks all day, you know. Can I just do that? He would sign right up for that. Every time. I mean, gosh. I can see you over there getting dressed, you dry it off, and you turn around and there's that guy. God. Somebody need to get him over to Tommy's house. Tommy probably right there washing his stomach. I just want some affection. Put him right at Tommy's. He'll fit right in over there. This is what the world has come to. We are lowered down to the ground. All the way to the ground. With nonsense that we have to look out for ball boys. The Michael Myers of ball boys. Man, running, look out. So, is it safe to step out the shower? And just when you thought it was safe to step out the shower, there he is, ball boy. Looking for this towel. Ah, ball boy. He took that job literally. To get better experience, I need to look at all different variations of balls. So this is how we kicking off the morning. With ball boys. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm getting out of here. So you probably already see it, but click the little face in the middle. You can subscribe to the page. They're getting all high tech now. So you can click that little face thing with me and them glasses doing that. My Captain Jack pose. Click that. My Cash App is Carceno, K-R-C-E-N-O. Like the video, everything. I'm out. Deuce.